Hi everybody, it's Stephanie. You are in my kitchen. I've been trying to do a few videos now. So I am still doing, of course I'm doing my bookkeeping stuff, but I kind of got like caught up in the sense where, in a little bit where I need to be. I still got a lot more to do, but you know, I'm working it out. So anyway, I said I got to do a video. It is, today's October, I think 10th or something like that. And so it's going to be Thanksgiving soon. And I'm sure that you're going to see this recipe before Thanksgiving. And I saw a recipe online. I think his name was Jeff. And he was doing something called a sweet potato, what did he call it? Sweet potato pudding or bread, something like that. And it just got me thinking about my mom's sweet potato recipe. And you know what? I'm going to try to do that but we mean my family, we don't put all that extra like spices and stuff in our sweet potato. But if I'm eating a sweet potato, and I might put a little cinnamon in there, you know, and like hook it up. So this is kind of what this is, I think. It's sort of a inside out sweet potato pie without the crust, in a sense. So I'm going to give it a try, and I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. And it's real simple, basically, and doesn't take as long as my pies do. But I'm going to give it a try, and I'm going to let you know. So guys, the first thing that you should do when you even make any sweet potato pie, first let me start with these potatoes. I got most of these from Sam's Club. Sam's Club had a really nice sweet potatoes they were selling, I liked the way they looked, and you know, and I had some before and I liked the way they taste. So I got some sweet potatoes, but I didn't boil them, which I would normally have done if I was making a whole lot of sweet potato pie. I would have generally boiled them, but this I didn't boil. This I put in really my little Ninja, and I just put it in on bake for like 50 minutes for like 425 and let it cook while I was doing my hair. That's the first thing I did. So this is baked. And if this was boiled, then you got to make sure like the water, because it is very watery when you do boil it. So make sure the water is out of it or drained out somehow before you even start this, because you don't want that wetness in here. But the next thing, and he and I agree, we used our mixer to get them strings out. So that is what I'm about to do right now. So you know guys, look at that. Those are strings on here. You want to get the strings out, so you beat this 2 or 3 times really. First, this here, I'm going to rinse off, put it back in, and start again. So you want to keep going until you don't see these strings. But I'll be back. I'll show you what it looks like in the end. Okay, guys, I went around like 4 times. And it looks, actually, if you could see that, look at that. That is really a nice looking sweet potato. And I'll tell you something, sometimes it could be really sweet, sometimes it's not. But when it kind of looks like that, it has quite a bit of sweetness in it, naturally, which is a good thing. But we have to put some sweets in here, don't we? So the next thing I'm going to put in here is some brown sugar. And that was about 4 medium to large size sweet potatoes. They weren't small, but they weren't big, huge, because I've had really big ones. So this is some light butter, some light sugar, light brown sugar. So I'm gonna put about, it's not even a half a cup. It's not even a half a cup, but I'm gonna put a half-ish in here. And I'm going to put some regular sugar in there too. Some white sugar in there too. We call it regular, but it's white sugar. Put the white sugar in also. Let's see how I can get this out. Let me take my sugar out. So I'm going to put about a half a cup in here also of white sugar. And I'm not specifically really like, measuring like that. but that definitely was a half. So altogether, maybe we got a whole cup of sugar in here. So, and I'm back to beating it with my mixer since it's already out. Why not? I'm not going to do it by hand. You could do it by hand, but why? I'm going to do it in my mixer. In here, and get the sugar all mixed in there well, so I don't have to bother my hand with my wrist and all that kind of stuff. Those days are over for me. So I got the sugar mixed in. I am gonna get a little spoon. I'm gonna take a taste of what it tastes like just with the sugar in, so I kind of know how good I am. I kind of think it needs just a little more sugar, in my opinion. So, and I'm gonna put the white sugar in. Yeah, I definitely think I need a little more sugar. Okay, we might call this 1.5 cups now. I don't know if you heard me, but I say I hold my bowl like this when I can, because it's easier for me to get down in there, especially with the mixer. And because I'm using a mixer, I am using a mixer because my wrists are not that great. Back in the day, I could beat it up. I don't beat nothing no more. I can't. My wrists are not good, and I'm not doing that. So what I'm going to do, is take another taste of this mix. Now I think it's got a sweetness I like. My daughter might say a little more, but it's got a sweetness I really like. So the next thing I'm gonna do is put some vanilla in, because we don't use that. We don't use a lot of all those other spices. So I got a little vanilla paste right here, sticking that in. And I also have some of my Watkins. First I put in the vanilla paste, then I'm gonna put a little Watkins in there. You know I am not measuring because I'm eyeballing this. This was 4 potatoes, medium to large size. And I think he had 6 nice sized potatoes. But I only have 4. I don't need that many more. So we're gonna go with that. And back to the electric mixer. Again, I'm gonna give it a taste. It's tasting like mama's stuff. But if I was making a pie, I would have already had the butter in here and the eggs in here. But it's tasting like mama's pie. So right now, though, I'm going to actually add a little cinnamon in. This is different. I don't put cinnamon in my pie at all. But this is a bread, so I'm going to try the cinnamon in here. This is tasting pretty good. So far, so good. Next thing I'm going to put in there is brown butter. This is maybe 2/3 or 4/3 of a cup of butter. And I'm going to put it in, and it's brown butter. And he even said, let those little bits get in there. It had all these bits. Let the bits in there. So I let the bits in, like he said. And then I am going to beat it again. Now I'm going to use a spoon just to get around the edges and finish this thing up. And that cinnamon, especially I think that brown butter really makes this look brown now. looking beautiful actually. So once again, we give it a little taste. This is very good. It's very good. That brown butter does hook it up a bit, man. It hooks it up a bit. Now, I want to put some flour in here so that we can like make it into, I put flour in my sweet potato, but not a lot, because just to help it bake. And the eggs are gonna go in last. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna take, I don't even know if I need a half a cup, but we'll see. I'll take a half a cup. I'll try a half. He also said if the batter looks too thick, to add some milk, like carnation milk. And I agree. I put my carnation milk in when I'm making a pie anyway. So that seems to make sense to me. So here, this is about a half a cup, and I'm not putting the whole thing in. Let's sprinkle it all in first, and then I'm going to kind of hand mix it. But not a lot. If it's a lot I have to do, I'll be using the electric mixer. But just to get the flour in so you don't see it, like you really don't want to see the flour. That's all you're really trying to do. Just get it in so you don't really see the flour. So that's what we're doing here. So I got some in. I don't see any flour. Let me do it again. Matter of fact, I'll put the rest of it in. And so that was about a half a cup of flour. And I am mixing it in. It is fall these days, guys. Today in Delaware was cool this morning. Such a beautiful day. Just a fantastic day. It's just beautiful. I didn't actually go outside because I had to do my hair. That takes me all day long. But I got up early and just looked at the windows outside and said, wow, this is beautiful. But inside I am, because I got stuff that I need to do, like do this video for you guys. So I am inside, but it's okay with me. All right, so now, before I put the egg in, as he said, I'm gonna taste it again. I'm gonna see what it tastes like and see if I need anything else. I really don't think so. Get it. Wipe this off a little. I really don't think so, but I think it's sweet enough. It's not too sweet. I don't really think I need anything else. I may put just a little more vanilla in here. To paste in here, and just a little more vanilla. Because my mother's pie really stuck out with that vanilla. The Watkins, it really stuck out. So just put a little bit more, and then give it another taste. Put my eggs in, and then get ready to bake this thing. So see, it didn't take that long for this. And since it's just me and Perry, I don't gotta make a whole big batch of anything these days. This, in fact, might be too much. But after I do it, if we like it, I'm gonna share it with my neighbor across the back from us. He's a friend of Perry's, and he loves my sweet potato pie. So I think he might like a little piece of this. So I'm gonna give him some. That's for you, boo. And yeah, this is good. This is definitely, it's good. It doesn't need a little more sugar. Maybe. I'm gonna sprinkle some like this. It's a little bit more sugar. Just a little more. That might be almost 2 cups of sugar. Almost. Mix it in. Yeah, mix it in. See what we got. See what we got now. Give it a little taste here. And that's it. That's it. It tastes like a cake almost though. Doesn't taste like a pie. It tastes more like a cake, but good. Now I have 2 eggs. Here, these eggs are already scrambled. You know, beaten, I should say, not scrambled. Beaten. And I'm gonna mix them in. And then I'm gonna get ready to bake this. So he puts his eggs in last. I actually don't do that. I have to put mine in first. That's what Mom said. So that's what Stephanie did. And put the flour in actually last. But, you know, I'm doing his recipe, so we'll do it his way. And here we are. I am going to use the mixer again because it's getting a little hard in there. Now this consistency to me is more like a cake batter, you know, a cake bread kind of thing. I might have made it a little tiny bit thicker, possibly, if with my pie. But this is like a consistency of a cake. So hold on a second. I'm going to bring my dish out so that I can show you the next step. Okay, guys, I got this nice big oblong dish. I think it's 9 by 13 or something like that. And I'm going to put this mixture in here. And I sprayed it with some baking spray, actually. So I put the baking spray in and sprayed it. You guys can't see that I got it all out the way the camera is, but I got it all out. Yeah, I feel like this is like an inside-out pie. I want to call it that. I don't think I ever heard of it being called but I had never heard of, you know, this pudding or bread as he said it is. But I'm sure it's delicious because, you know, people love sweet potato, anything. And if you're not making a pie or you don't have a pie or you like to do this, you may want to do this instead of making a pie. And people will probably eat it for dessert. But you can definitely eat this with your meal, you know, like having some sweet potato casserole or something. So I kind of, you know, squish it down here. You see I got some room for it to grow. It is going in my oven, which is already on because I got some chicken in there already. I'm going to leave it in there for, he said, like around 45 minutes. And I'll be back when it comes out the oven. Okay, guys, I'm back. This sweet potato bread, pudding, whatever it want to be called. It is out of the oven, and it took more than 50 minutes to do. I wanted it to get brown on the top for the most part, like my pie. Let's see if you get a little closer in here. I wanted to get a little more brown on the top, you know. So it took about I don't know, I'd say an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half, almost like if I was making a pound cake or something. It was kind of like that. It is hot. It just got out the oven. I'm debating if I'm going to cut it or not, but I guess I will cut it. I am sure this needs to settle down, and I'm so sure this would be like over the moon tomorrow. But if it tastes good today, then it's certainly going to be over the moon tomorrow. So I made some baked chicken today. I made some cornbread. I made some string beans, and today I felt like cooking. Look at that, guys. This came from Greece. I was cooking something, I was doing a video, and then I got so distracted with the grease burn here that I just, the heck with it. So I have to do that video again. But I was making a chuck roast. Oh my goodness, it came out so good. But I have to do that one again when I'm when I pay more attention to what I'm doing and don't burn myself with grease. Be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful about grease, okay? So meanwhile, this is where I am, and I'm trying to be a little more careful not to burn myself like that. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna cut it, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Okay guys, I am back. I took my picture of my sweet potato pudding bread strudel, whatever it's called. That's what it looks like, and it is like lava hot. So I'm only gonna take a little tiny taste when it's hot like this. But it needs to settle down. I know my pies always need to settle down. You don't really eat them like this, but just for the camera, I'm gonna give it a taste. Wow. Wow, that's good. That's good, and it's not, that's good, and it's not even, I mean, it didn't even settle down yet, hardly. This is really good. Let me take another little piece because it's excellent. I'm gonna have this with my baked chicken. I made baked garlic chicken with savory herb and garlic Lipton soup, which I make, which is some wings, which I always make all the time. And I made that with some cornbread, some string beans, and now this. So it should be a good dinner. It's hot. My God, it's good. You think you're having dessert with your food. And that's what Thanksgiving is all about. So that's one of the recipes that if you want to make it, it's very, very simple to make. Just get it going, and you can make it early and let it sit. You can freeze it and eat them later. Just like sweet potato pie, you can make this stuff early and put it and freeze it and stuff, so you'll have it ready for the day, okay? So you don't have to drive yourself nuts like I used to when I used to work. That was the whole thing. I don't have that many people to cook for anymore, so it's all good. But I just wanted to give you this recipe from my heart, from me to you. And I really appreciate all you guys coming, liking, subscribing, and sharing. I did just wash my hair and kind of use that sponge on it so it kind of curls up a little bit. Who knows what it's gonna look like tomorrow, but that was my whole day. I got up rather early for me, like 9-ish, and I got started. Because this hair takes a long time to do. It ain't no easy thing. But it had to dry all day anyway, so figure I'll cook and I'll do this video. But I love you all, and I hope to be seeing you soon. I think I will. Because I got one more I definitely want to do before, so you guys can see it by November. So I'm going to do that. And because who knows what you want to do for, help you do for the holiday. Something simple, but something y'all could do, okay? Anyway, I love you again. I appreciate you guys. Please give me thumbs up. Please share my videos. Please do all what you usually do, because you know I love you, and you know I'm just going to get here when I get here. But I'm trying. I'm still trying, because I love you, okay? I love you again. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.